Hey, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday non-AMA edition. I guess it is an AMA still, but doing something different today. Doing a little fantasy focus, way too early rankings type of thing, I guess. So, what's up, Sting? What's up, Blaze?
What's going on, man?
No Roy tonight.
No Roy tonight.
Think we can survive?
I think he's getting too big for us. He's got other things going on. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, good. It was actually weird starting to look at fantasy rankings like
I just
this
can't
early
even do it. I
for next
can't
year.
even do it this year, like this early. It's just so crazy. But you know what's funny though is like the seasons. I just consider the season over. I don't care who wins the Super Bowl. I mean, the Chiefs are going to win or the Eagles are going to win. Who cares? All the rest of the teams are out, right? So it's like already there's like so many trades, the whole Sean Payton thing, the whole Brady retiring thing. It's just like I feel like we were just here last year. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing how fast it goes.
Yep.
And then when you look back because now you can actually like do a full evaluation of like the past year in terms of what people said was going to happen compared to like what did happen, and it's just so crazy. I don't know. One of the things that pops out to me is just how high people were on Josh Allen. You know what I mean? And it's just
I
like,
thought you were going to say Herbert.
no. Herbert. I mean, Herbert, I think performed exactly where he is. I think he performed exactly to his level. Like,
well,
that's about it.
Did you
That's
notice
about
who
all
was
you can
number one on
expect.
your quarterback rankings list?
I did, and so that's what got my head started thinking about that. Is it's like, why are people still ranking him in the number one spot? It just makes no sense to me. And that's Josh Allen, not Justin Herbert.
Yep.
But it just makes zero sense to me. I don't understand it. I think that he has a ceiling. I think he's hit it, and I think that his window for winning a championship is like slowly but steadily closing. I mean, if they lose Stephon Diggs,
I think you're focusing too much on like winning games and if the Super Bowl versus putting up fantasy
that
points.
is true.
Yeah, but this just to put this in, just to reference it, it's full PPR.
Mm-hmm.
You know, defense and the kicker, calculated into the rankings, and 4 points per passing touchdown, 6 points per rushing touchdown. So
Okay.
I hope that may put it in a little more perspective. I still don't think Allen should be number one, but
yeah, that's rough.
I mean, but he should be. I mean, Jalen Hurts, I think, would put up similar numbers to Allen full season. You know, when it comes to fantasy stats, and I think he's third on the list.
Yeah. Gosh, I just don't know. Guys. I don't know. I am so confused right now because I just don't know how to feel about it. I just
let's
Mahomes should be number one.
yeah. I mean, how is Mahomes not one?
Well, let me go.
Like, how's Mahomes not number one?
Here, let me go down the top 10.
He just proved that he could. He just proved he could get to the Super Bowl with literal nobodies.
Well, let's let the listeners know what we're talking about first here. So we're looking at then what we took is the accumulation of 10 separate fantasy gurus rankings, and we put them all together and ranked them from highest to lowest ranking and their average draft position with the parameters I said before, and the simulator came out with Josh Allen number one, Mahomes, Hurts, Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, and Deshaun Watson as your top 10.
I just don't know. I just don't know. So going down that list, I mean, this is going to piss some people off, so I'll try and not be an asshole, but
that's what we're here for.
I don't think Jalen Hurts deserves to be top 5.
That's kind of the
Just-
one that stood out to me too. Like, I like Burrow above him.
of course, yeah.
It's the
That's a good
rushing yards
point.
and the rushing
Burrow,
touchdowns. It's taking into consideration there, though.
I know. I just
And remember, it's
think
this is
that-
fantasy. This isn't just player rankings. We're looking at more
Right.
Yeah.
I
fantasy.
just think you're going to get more consistency out of Burrow. Maybe Hurts has those
yeah.
big
Maybe
pop
Hurts has
games
like.
where
No, go ahead. I
no,
think
just
you're
yes,
totally
I
right.
think we're going to say the same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
no, you're
he's going to have
totally-
those big
you're totally
games,
right. Mm-hmm.
and then
100% agree.
Also,
I think. I mean, don't you
mediocre
just put Hurts with Kyler Murray and Dak Prescott? I mean, come on.
ones. I think Hurts is above
I
Lamar.
think Hurts is a little. We'll put up a little more rushing yards and more touchdowns in that offense.
I'd probably
And-
take T-Law in the top
I would
5
as well,
if I'm
yeah.
going to go super
And
aggressive.
Justin Herbert, I would go Justin Herbert above Justin Fields. I would go Trevor Lawrence above Justin Fields. I wouldn't even play Lamar Jackson. Even if I thought that he deserved to be in the top 5, I wouldn't do it.
Now this is
Just
assuming
because-
he's still on Baltimore, right? He's going to get franchise tagged, right?
Yes, he's most likely is going to get franchise tagged. They're not going to come to an agreement. They'll have him for one more year. I like how Trey Lance is at number 15. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't.
Um,
That,
Well,
that one stuck out to me as
that's
an
a new
oddity.
What's that?
That's a new update after the Purdy injury.
Yeah. I also like the rumors that, now Brady has a chance to go play for San Francisco. But I mean, God, if we have to go through another Brady gate, I just don't even care where
what's
he goes to
interesting?
play.
Rodgers out of the top 20.
I mean, based off of this year, okay. How are you going to put Matthew Stafford above Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah,
And why is
that's-
Tom Brady on this list?
Because the list was updated like 4 days ago.
And I'm going to say it right now. I think Russell Wilson goes above Trey Lance, Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray, Tua, Deshaun, and Dak if all things work out with Sean Payton.
I could agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you
He's a good
ever,
backup.
if you get a chance to look at Russell, why do I keep getting last names wrong? The Russell Wilson's stats year over year, he is not an elite quarterback. He was never an elite quarterback, and his
No.
stats are barely average to above average.
Are you talking about Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
No, he's just
go Google his stats.
No, I know.
They are-
We've
they're
talked
pretty
about
much
this before.
atrocious.
Yeah, no, we've talked about this before, and that's why I don't understand why people thought he was gonna
I thought it was
automatically
elite
go.
based on just it's Russell Wilson. He's got a Super Bowl. He just
I'm willing to think a lot of it was coaching.
yeah.
I am too. I
Look at
think
Geno- look at
Nathaniel
Geno.
Hackett.
I think it was a lot that they paid for Sean Payton, but I do like him, and that's.
I think it's gonna be so awesome. I don't know. Maybe it was just an afterthought. You know who? I'm sorry. There's this really weird narrative going around that
Well,
like,
I'd rather keep my picks too if I could get a coach
Well,
that I
of
would like.
course.
And
of course, but there's that weird thing going around that like Denver was all in on D'Amico Ryans, and they were like courting him, and then they went after him again, and he still said no, and then all of a sudden magically he signed with Houston, and it's like, I get the story. Houston is the worst, the bottom of the barrel, so no matter what you do there, you're going to look like a hero. But at the same time, I don't really buy that D'Amico Ryans was in such high demand.
Mhm.
I mean, he's a great defensive quarterback, right? But do you really think he was like being sought after by that many teams? If to land at Houston, you didn't get any other better offers than Houston, where you played. So there's kind of a bias there already.
yeah, but
it's like-
Houston's queued up to take probably a defensive player, maybe if they don't get the QB right.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So-
aren't they? I'm pretty sure they're falling second, right? So they definitely get one of the two.
If they want, like,
Well,
I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure they
It's
have
hard
to.
know who's sought after.
I don't
in
know.
the NFL
It
anymore.
depends if they like that guy that's left.
True.
On this list, though, the guy that kind of stuck out to me was Kenny Pickett at 23, QB 23.
Yeah, I think that's an insult putting him below Brock Purdy and Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Mac
Yeah,
Jones is low,
and like
too.
Daniel Jones. I think
Yeah, and Daniel Jones.
Well, Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud are only a couple of spots behind Kenny Pickett too.
Really?
well, that's because we don't know where they're going to be.
Assuming that they're assuming that they're gonna start. You know.
Right.
Well, they will. Because I would probably take those guys above Jared Goff, Geno Smith, just for the upside.
Yeah. Well, Geno Smith, he was only on a 1-year deal, right, this year. So
I'm sure he'll be back with.
sure, yeah, he might get a franchise tag too. Never know.
know.
Well, I don't know. Huntley's a Pro Bowler for Baltimore. I mean, geez, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Huntley. That was funny.
It's hysterical. And then do you see the pictures of Josh Allen today?
No.
He said he withdrew from the Pro Bowl stating an injury, but he's playing in the Pro-Am golf tournament this weekend.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about on par with him.
Yep. Anybody who ever called out sick from work and went to go golf, that's Josh Allen this week. That's awesome. He's just one of us, though. Got to give him that.
I don't know about Josh Allen, man.
Yeah, so who we got for in contract years? You got Baker. Will he be a starter next year?
Don't care.
Don't care. Yeah.
Garoppolo.
Don't care.
Darnold.
No,
No.
Sam Darnold sucks.
How about Jones?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
that'll be a
interesting in
starter.
a super flex.
And Brissett.
He was
Negative.
decent guy for a quarterback for a
And we-
team, but not a good fantasy asset.
And Gino and Lamar are probably headed back to the same teams. We're guessing, right?
Yeah,
I would imagine.
I
so.
have Lamar on a dynasty team. I traded for him in his salary cap league. He's got like 750K salary cap, and I don't know what to do with him. I don't know if I'll trade him, try to trade him, or keep him.
You know who I could see going way up on this list? Jared Goff.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I could see him doing that because I mean,
Actually, now looking at it, he's a no. Yeah, I could see him going up.
I can see.
I could see him 5 or 6 spots up on that list.
I can see Detroit making a move for the first overall pick and getting a quarterback of the future.
Yeah, that
I
makes
think
sense.
I think no matter what though, he sits behind.
That is going to be exciting. When is
Goff for a
draft?
year.
But I guess Chicago they have first overall pick, don't they?
Yeah.
I can't imagine they'd want to trade it to.
No.
No. I'm glad that Brock Purdy's so far down on this list, but the fact that Brock Purdy's like 5 underneath Mac Jones and Kenny Pickett and Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's way too close to those guys. Like, he needs to be down at like the bottom.
Well, there's
I
only
don't-
so many
like,
starting
How are you going to
quarterbacks.
say? How are you going to say that
Next to
Malik
Sam Howell and
Willis?
Jameis Winston, so he's okay.
How are you going to say that Malik Willis deserves to be like way down underneath Davis Mills? Malik Willis is last.
Malik Willis showed that he couldn't. He actually, I would say that Purdy was a better pass thrower with a torn UCL in the playoff game than Malik Willis is. Period.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
honestly.
he just couldn't handle
That's
the
my take.
pressure or something. I don't know what happened with him.
So yeah, let's actually. I want to bring this up. So we
So-
did say where Pickett was ranked. Pickett was
QB 24, 23.
And then
JK, I don't think if Lamar or Tua could stay healthy, they'd be ranked higher. I don't think so. No. Only because like they're hit or miss. Like Josh Allen's going to throw 2 touchdowns. You just know it. And then he's going to score one.
he's
but
going to
like
run for
with-
40. He's going to run for 40 yards or 50 yards.
Yeah, but with Lamar, I mean, God, he has some horrible games fantasy wise. And Tua, I mean, it doesn't matter. Tua,
If Tua stays healthy, Tua's consistent and doesn't throw a lot of picks, which doesn't give him a lot of negative points. Doesn't really have the turnover issue,
mhm.
except when he gets hit and he's knocked out cold. He does not hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
But that's
When
that's
did
all.
Rodgers confirm that he's not retiring? Because he probably doesn't want to be in the same Hall of Fame class as Brady. That's the only reason he's doing that. I don't know. Aaron Rodgers is still pretty young.
Yeah, and
He's
and
38.
Green Bay said they don't want him back.
Yeah, I know. So where's he going to go? The Jets? That's what everyone keeps saying, but I can't imagine him going to the Jets.
Raiders.
He doesn't want to go to the Raiders.
His
Right.
boy, his boy's there.
I know, but like,
There's
can
a
you just
narrative.
imagine?
But
I
Yeah.
can't even
It's gonna be some
imagine.
rando team.
I know, right?
I mean,
It
they don't
will
have
be.
a quarterback. They got rid of Carr.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank God, too. I'm so sick of Carr.
I'm interested to see where he goes. I can see him being on the Jets.
I could see like Rogers going somewhere like really random, like Tennessee.
What? No.
Well, Willis sucks, and Tannehill is
Yeah.
just Tannehill.
Yeah. But
Imagine
Tennessee
him with
sucks.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but who's he going to throw the ball to? He doesn't want to go. He wants to go somewhere with weapons, I bet.
Yeah, he's got to go somewhere with receivers.
I bet you.
Poor guy hasn't had receivers in the last like 5 years.
Yeah.
Drafting philosophy question.
Hmm.
Do you guys use a top 60 pick on guys like Allen, Mahomes, Hurts, Burrow, Lamar? Or do you go more like wait a bit and go for between like 75 and 100 for Fields, Herbert, Lawrence, Dak, Watson?
I
Tua.
won my biggest league this year. Actually, my two biggest leagues this year with the same philosophy. I waited and I ended up going with somebody who could pass and run. I ended up going with Kyler and Fields in one of them, which ended up, it doesn't sound pretty.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds like a disaster.
No, but it was I would say double quarterback league though too. So,
So,
but I ended up winning with that because of basically the legs of Fields, and Murray just put up points because they were always down.
hmm
So I got
I love
consistent. I got
Superflex
consistent
leagues.
points. I got consistent points of them, but I was able to get them lower rounds, and I was able to get a marquee receiver, a marquee running back, and I was able to load up top heavy on all the other stats, and still be able to get above average points from my quarterbacks.
yeah.
So I always kind of looked at. I try not to take a top quarterback unless for some reason one of the top ones falls in that second, like that like third round or whatever, and if one of the top ones is on the board and they match up nicely, I'll take them.
I don't know. For me, it's hard for me not to take like if I had the chance in an elite quarterback, it's hard for me not to take it. Only because, I mean, I'm pretty horrible at fantasy though. So
So, like, just kind of taking a quick peek at who else is going around that range.
I mean, like what?
So, like, instead of Mahomes, you're looking at, let's say, Amari Cooper, Mike Evans, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Williams, George Kittle. Which one are you going with?
Were we talking about quarterbacks or receivers?
I'm just saying, those are the other types of players that are going in that
Oh,
range.
okay. Oh, you're looking at the overall. Okay.
Yeah, instead of instead of taking a quarterback, those are the players you're looking at. Chris
In what
Olave.
round? In
Those are the guys going between 40 and 50. So
fourth,
round 4 and 5.
fourth-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you have to take like Kittle then out of those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, out of those guys that you just said,
Evans.
Yeah, I just named
Evans
there's Michael
without-
Pittman there, Alvin Kamara,
I would
Garrett
pass on
Wilson.
that. Garrett Wilson, I would take.
Yeah, he's the highest ranked player that I mentioned.
Yeah, I would take Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson, George Kittle, Olave, I would take.
Over top of Mahomes. You would take him.
No,
Where-
absolutely not. No.
Yeah, see, that's kind of where I land, is like more like what players are around there, and then landing that top tier quarterback. Like, I think if he comes around to you in that 40, 50 range, that's a good time to grab him.
Oh yeah,
But I don't want to take him earlier than that.
Yeah.
'Cause then you're looking at, instead of him, you're missing out on Jalen Waddle sort of thing, Dalvin Cook,
Right. Which
Debo. AJ Brown, Najee Harris,
which are
sort of
all going to put up points, you know what I mean? Especially in a
Yeah.
PPR, you're looking at like 15 to 20 to 25 to 30 even sometimes. So you could get by with like, I don't know, a Jared Goff, I guess, if you had to.
Yeah,
If you
I always
had
try to
to.
I always try to get multiple elite receivers if I can, and then I'll go with the running backs, and then I'll go down to the quarterbacks. I don't really like to go running back heavy because so many injuries at running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It depends on the year for me.
some of my best drafts have been like receiver, 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 and then I'm like running back, running. You know, I'll do a run on the running backs, grab a mid-level tight end, and then I'll grab two quarterbacks who could put up decent numbers, like in that golf level, or you know, somebody who gets consistent points every week. But I'm relying on those three elite receivers to get me those points every week.
Points.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you grab like a couple guys who can get 100 receptions, and you know, 1,400 yards and 10 plus touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, there were leagues I had three of those guys. I was able to get 1, 2, 3 in the draft, and then if you could pull a couple of gems, you know, late in the draft, those running back, the running back twos on some teams that come through and stack them. You know, that's how I mean, you know, I've had some real luck doing that. And then, I mean, I find that quarterback is one of those positions where if you don't get that elite one, it does. I mean, you need to pair them up though. Otherwise, it's just math. Like I always say, it's grab as many points as you can as early as you can, and then spec late, and you know, play that waiver wire.
Let's flip over to wide receivers.
Receivers. So let's see what do we got for that. Go with the top 15 receivers. We got Jefferson, Chase, Kupp, Diggs, Adams, Hill, Lamb, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, Amon-Ra, Waddle, Godwin, Samuel, Metcalf. Is that 15?
Yeah.
And Allen, Keenan Allen, 15. Garrett Wilson's 16, which I'll throw him in there too.
So I got the one that kind of sticks out to me, and it's been a while since I looked at it, but Cooper Kupp, and he's great, but I
But
feel like
no
he's
thanks.
with that wide receiver, that injury that he had that was pretty serious, if I recall. Like, wasn't like limited damage. So that one kind of seems risky to me to grab him instead of, you know, a Tyreek Hill, especially if one's going top 10 and the other one's kind of mid-second round.
Yeah,
What
but
do you guys-
who's throwing the ball to Kupp?
Right, but I don't think that necessarily matters. I'm more worried about him being able to beat Kupp and what time of the season does he get really into game shape? Is he limited by a bunch of soft tissue injuries?
I mean, I would go AJ Brown right away over Cooper Kupp.
Right, and he's going a full round later.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Like, that's where I'm kind of looking.
I would go T. Higgins and Amon-Ra and Jalen Waddle and Chris Godwin and Debo.
Well, I don't know
Cooper
about
Kupp.
maybe not Godwin.
Maybe not
No,
Godwin.
I would take Godwin off that list.
I would take Godwin. I'll correct myself. Yeah, you're right.
But
Kill that.
Plus, who's going to be throwing to him too?
I do think that's kind of in the
I would
tier
take
that
Devonta
Kupp
Smith, though.
lands.
A healthy Keenan Allen too is going to put up numbers
Nah, I'm done playing
No.
with Keenan.
if he's healthy.
Well, he's never
Keenan's
healthy.
Like he's like
That is-
31 years old now.
That is true.
We've been saying, well, when he's healthy,
and
for
maybe
like 7 of those years.
maybe an Amari Cooper.
I'd like to see a full off season with
Yeah.
Amari and Watson, and maybe they can build that chemistry.
That'll be interesting.
Deontay Johnson, or you go George Pickens and go someone like. But you could probably. Oh, that's where I'm looking. Is like Christian Watson, George Pickens.
Well, receivers usually pretty deep. I mean, you can get receivers in later rounds and who put up good numbers. I mean,
Like Michael Pittman
I don't-
Jr. has no business being top like whatever this is 16.
If he has a good quarterback, he could be huge.
Yeah, Colts are 4th overall pick, so
Yeah. So, I mean, if he gets a Stroud or somebody, I
Mm.
mean,
there's hope.
there's a lot of hope there.
Is he big?
But yeah, he's not small.
No.
He's a hell of a receiver too.
Yeah, he was doing well last year.
Yeah, I mean, he
Like
he
not
could
this
easily,
last year, but the previous season.
no, but he could put up 100 catches and 1,300, 1,400 yards. Probably won't get the touchdowns that all the other receivers get, but if he does that and gets 68 touchdowns, I mean, that's a hell of a fantasy receiver.
For another interesting one is kind of a cheat for between the two. Whichever one ends up on Denver between Jerry Judy and Sutton gets that Michael Thomas role in Sean Payton offense.
Yeah.
It's pretty consistently produced solid wide receiver numbers going back to Colston.
Hmm.
Like
That's a good point.
so it's a good situation to keep an eye on.
And DeAndre Hopkins is an interesting one in there because he's no, he's not a free agent. I don't think he's a free agent, but he's
No,
not
but
gonna,
he's going to get
he's
cut.
gonna be on the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I mean, they were saying like Patriots were a possible landing spot for him. Imagine Mac Jones getting somebody like him. And Belichick, Belichick loves him.
Why?
Oh, he just does. Belichick said a couple times that he absolutely loves Hopkins' game, and you know why? He's sure-handed. He's a smart receiver. Yeah, he's old, but I mean that's like the Belichick type receiver. You get those old guys in there, and in their early 30s, and he's done it in the past.
Yeah. Huh.
But that's an interesting one though, because I mean Hopkins looked good though when he came back when Kyler Murray just was feeding him the ball, and he doesn't drop.
What happened there?
Kyler got hurt.
Is Calvin Ridley allowed to come back?
Is who?
Calvin Ridley. He's on Jacksonville now. Forgot about that.
That's another interesting one. But I think Kirk takes the next step.
I think Kirk is Kirk.
What do you do? What do you end up doing? What do you end up doing stat wise this year?
I mean, he had a solid season for him, but I think that'll probably be his peak. I don't imagine he gets too much more.
I actually think he may actually do better next year. He had 84 catches, 1,100 yards, and 8 touchdowns.
Right, that's a pretty solid season.
I could see him take a step up to 95 catches, 1,200 plus yards, and
I imagine Jacksonville invests pretty heavily in getting him some weapons. They got a solid defense.
You have to, right?
It's time to build around him.
Yeah.
And
you have to at this point.
Right, ATN's good, but they need some pass catchers, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them use kind of 2 or 3 picks on pass catchers.
Yeah, it's just so hard in the draft, though. I mean, they really don't. First of all, this isn't too much of a receiver class, is it?
No,
compared to last year, weren't they all super high last year?
There's a couple receivers, and I'm a huge Kayshawn Boutte fan too, who had a terrible year at LSU this year.
I love that Boutte,
but everybody loves that Boutte. But he was one of my receivers because he was such a big play receiver 2 years ago until he went down with an injury, and then this year he just never got on the same page with LSU's quarterback couldn't throw the ball. So
yeah.
But
Ray or Chris T, I am unloading my McCaffrey. I hate that moment. It's not even a Niners moment. It's on the wrong fucking team in the same season. I hate it. So yeah, I'm dumping that. I'm dumping going to all day for a second. I'm dumping anything that I don't want that's like worth anything. So like $30 to $40 that I have of rares. No matter what I paid for them of Series 2, I'm just dumping them. I don't like them. The only one that I bought one today because I wanted it anyways. And then I saw number 80 around of Russell Wilson's Broncos moment. And then that news came out when that news came out about Sean Payton. I just grabbed one before it started pumping up, but I've always
I think
liked
that's
Russ.
a good grab. His debut.
No, I have that one. I grabbed his Broncos
Oh,
Series 2
right. Yeah.
for like $30. It was
Yeah.
$30, so I was like, I'm on one. So I bought that. But any other than that, though, I'm gonna start dumping anything that's Series 2. I think Blaze, you and I talked about it a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna
there's some
I'm
worth
gonna
keeping, like
that
like-
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen and JJ.
How much is that Josh Allen down to though? Because honestly, I don't think it's worth more than $40. But that's
I
just
mean,
me. Is it
it
60
depends.
still?
It depends on what happens in the offseason in terms
I
of
just-
them releasing moments. But
Yeah,
going into
that's
the next
true.
season, like you're gonna want that if you're playing the
You're
game.
trying to play, yeah.
You're
for
gonna
sure.
want that.
It's $60 still. See, so like I'm not buying that. That's crazy.
Right, but it's probably what's the circulation at? Like, I bet you there's probably only another 100 or so to be released.
86% circulation.
Yeah, so it's getting
It's
up
not
there.
bad. It's not bad. No, I mean, considering that people were buying it for 150, no thanks. I mean, I'll take it for 60. But at the same time, it's just like, this is the thing too. That we were talking about a little bit off camera. Like, is how much are you willing to spec on Josh Allen this year? Josh Allen, this was like Josh Allen's offseason, and he proved to do nothing just because of the Bills. I mean, the Bills suck. They always have sucked. They can't win a championship game. It's impossible.
They're just not allowed.
Yeah, no, they're not. I mean, I come from obviously the Brady Belichick beating the shit out of the Bills era. So it's a little bit different for me. But at the same time, like Josh Allen was not the savior that they thought he was going to be. And I'm so sick of Kyle Brandt's like Josh Allen narrative of, oh, Josh Allen's the best quarterback that there is. Well, guess what? If he is, then like we've already seen the best of him. He's not gonna do like do much more than what he did this year. What, Josh Phillips? You don't like talking bad about Josh Allen? Josh Allen is, I don't know. He's hit his peak, I think. He's not gonna do anything greater than that. He's not going to win a championship game. He'll never win the AFC title.
I think he.
So you don't think he'll ever be in the Super Bowl?
No,
not even have a chance.
Nope.
I don't understand why they didn't play Cook more this year at running back.
He fumbled at the beginning of the season.
Doesn't matter. He was. I think he was. I think he was the back.
That's not even talking about how Josh Allen's like the biggest choke artist that ever lived.
He has a turnover issue. I mean,
he has a turnover issue because he's a choke artist.
He's got like 90 turnovers so far in his career.
He cannot handle pressure.
If Josh Allen cut down the turnovers, if he cut those turnovers in half, he's an elite quarterback.
Okay, so then you're basically asking him to redefine his whole like mental like view of the game though, because if he doesn't throw it away, he throws a pick, and if he tries to run, he's how many fumbles did he have this year? 3?
He had 18 total turnovers this year. He has 52 total fumbles in his career.
Yeah, he fumbles a lot.
So if he
runs, but he gets hit.
If he can cut those in half, if he can cut those in half, I mean that makes all the difference, though.
Yeah,
because I mean, think about it. The guy's going to be a top 5 quarterback no matter what he does.
Sure,
but if he cuts those turnovers in half, he's going to be 1-2.
He had 13 fumbles this year, 5 of which were lost.
Yeah, so I mean, come on, dude can't handle. He does not protect the ball. He doesn't.
Yeah, but he takes a half a dozen balls and throws them out of bounds.
Well, that's it though. That's where his acumen needs to get better. They were talking about how much smarter he was getting. They were talking about like obviously his physical like prowess or whatever. he's a big dude and he can take a hit, and he's crazy and he likes to get
And
hit,
he can
which is
also
good
put, he
for
can also
him
put
for
balls
now.
in the windows that no other quarterback can put a ball in those windows.
Yes,
Too.
he is
He's
a
pro-
very
he is-
good.
he is
He has a
proven
very good. He has a very good arm. No one can take that away from him. He is. He's super deadly accurate, and he can launch the fuck out of the ball.
Yeah.
But he does not take care of the ball.
No, if he could up that decision making and up that IQ a little bit, I mean,
Which I don't know. Is that something that they can teach people? They've taught him everything else.
patience with him, it's patience.
He's getting a little old, isn't he?
It's 26.
He's 26. Oh, he's fine. I thought he was 28.
No,
I thought he was 28. Sorry.
he's good. Let's
Yeah, he's fine.
move on. Let's move on to running back. So we got
I hate all running backs too.
yeah,
Just kidding.
you beat everybody.
But not really.
But not really.
McCaffrey, we got number one McCaffrey,
Just sold him.
Eckler, Taylor, Barkley, Henry, Walker, Jacobs, Mixon, Etienne, Chubb, Harris, Brees Hall, DeAndre Swift, Javante Williams, and Stevenson, rounding out the 15. A couple names that aren't even in the top 15, and a couple of them that I'm shaking my head at what these 10 experts came up with.
Okay. I'll start. I'll go. I'm really interested to see Javante Williams. Obviously, Brees Hall is amazing, but we'll see what he's like when he recoups from his injury. I think Najee Harris is great. Joe Mixon is obviously great. Josh Jacobs is obviously great. Kenneth Walker, we'll see. I mean, he had a great breakout year. Yeah, like he had a great breakout year. Derrick Henry, I could care less about Derrick Henry. Saquon Barkley, he had a good comeback year, but that doesn't mean that his comeback year is going to continue through the offseason and into next season. And Jonathan Taylor is washed. I don't give a shit about Jonathan Taylor.
I think he could be the top running back hands down.
I'll take
Jonathan Taylor bounce.
I'll take Eckler, McCaffrey over Taylor any day. Eckler is like
McCaffrey for
amazing.
sure. The McCaffrey is like heads above everyone else.
Oh, I know.
He cannot be compared, but I think
Can you
Taylor's probably
imagine-
next on that list for me.
Really.
Yeah.
But even the way they just run him into the ground, I mean, that's one of
they
the
shut
things.
him down this year. It's like
they should have shut him down earlier, though.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
disagree,
like,
but like their coaches are playing for their jobs. Like they're gonna try and keep it going, right? But then Jeff Saturday rolls in and they shut the season down. So
Josh Phillips, you crack me up, dude. Yes, he did lose at home to Allen. Allen is no Mahomes. Okay, I don't know. This is ridiculous. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? I don't know. Josh,
I
Allen,
agree with
I don't
Edmund
think-
about Brees Hall, but
Yes, I do
again,
too.
like I'm always hesitant to invest in running backs and wide receivers coming off of ACL injuries in their first year.
Yeah,
just
first
because
year. I mean, come on.
They're going to have hamstrings. You're going to be frustrated by the questionable call. Maybe they do have a great season, but those are the guys that I look to get the next season when people are frustrated by them after that bad bounce back season.
Yeah, there's only so many Frank Gores out there that can go with reconstructing
it's a shame
careers that they had and never get hurt.
It's a shame about Pollard too. I mean, even with his injury,
right, right at the end of the year too.
Right at the end of the year, so he'll be halfway through. I mean, what are we looking at? Like September, October, November. So maybe November, December.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's rough.
I think there's a lot of guys down low, like really low on this list that could be huge breakouts. I mean, Pacheco's way down on this list. He's in the 30s. And he's the clear number one in Kansas City now.
Samaje Perine is
I want to
way
see
down there.
Kareem Hunt freed from
Brian Robinson too.
Freed from what?
from behind Chubb.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got Brian Robinson could be a breakout in Washington. I
I don't
mean,
know. I'm just
Algier had 1,000 yards in Atlanta this year and looked good.
I'm
You
looking
know,
at this list and I just don't like. No one is jumping out at me except for maybe Josh
J.K.
Jacobs.
Dobbins is another one.
Josh Jacobs, Joe Mixon, Travis Etienne, Nick Chubb. I don't know that.
I'm surprised to see the experts so low on Cook, but I have to agree
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
With Dalvin Cook,
Yeah, I
I think
mean,
he's looking pretty toasted.
he's got like that explosiveness in him, though. You know what I mean? It's like
He
he's
didn't really
either
have
doing
that
nothing.
burst. It seemed like this year.
You don't think so?
No, like I don't. He had that one game where he had some,
Like 70-yard TD or something?
yeah, but other than that, I didn't really. Nothing really stands out in my head. Again, like Najee Harris, I really like that Pittsburgh offense coming up this year. Look to see them add a
Yeah.
couple people to their line, O line.
Who's their backup for Najee Harris?
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I feel like we saw him a little bit.
Snell, one of them, and Jalen Warren, right? Jalen Warren.
Oh, Warren Moon.
Yeah, Warren Moon.
No, wasn't it?
What?
It's not
No.
Warren. Something Moon. It was something Moon.
I was
Not
like,
Warren Moon.
No,
I swear it was
Warren
something.
Moon.
no.
I
Warren
don't
Moon's
know.
the quarterback, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from the Houston Oilers.
Oh, too
Like
funny.
1968.
Jalen Warren.
Jalen Warren.
Oh.
Oh man, they got like Sony Michelle on this fucking list still. Damian Williams. Jesus, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens with running backs this year. I feel like I got burned last year with running backs.
Yeah,
Well, I guess I should say this year. Still, it's not
Don't we
over.
always get burned with running backs though?
Yeah, every time.
Another one
That's
that
why I
I
just
do
don't even
like
bother.
is and he burned me this year pretty heavily because I was saying the same thing last year, but I'm willing to get burned again. Cam Akers on the Rams.
Yep, me too. I'll take him again next year, and I'll pray.
Yeah.
He could be that guy could be 1,500 yards and like 15 touchdowns if they would just give him the ball and he would get out of his own head.
He wouldn't, throw hissy fits.
Yeah,
AJ Dillon, I like that Harper. AJ Dillon, I do like.
Yep, he's
interesting to see what happens with Jones this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got some interesting ones too. Like, I mean, I like J.K. Dobbins. If somebody would give him the ball 15 to 20 times a game,
He needs to stay healthy.
yeah. But when he is healthy, I mean, you saw what happened when they didn't give him the ball down by the goal line. They Marshawn Lynched him.
That Rashad White looked good too in limited action.
Yeah, I was looking at him on this list too, as you said that. And I like Cook from Buffalo too.
Sauce Gardner just jumped to $100.
Oh, it was rare? Fuck.
Yeah.
I
Whoops.
shouldn't have waited so long. Yeah.
Whoops the daisy. My
I was
bad.
like, oh, there's so many more to be released all the time in
Yeah.
the world.
It'll drop.
So there's probably a rookie challenge coming up that someone knows about.
Probably.
Are you saying it's rigged?
No,
Sorry.
never. Dalvin Cook draw it up's only $50. That's nice. Oh, look at
but
that. Tom
definitely
Brady
have
all the way
some-
down to 100.
Now here, let me look at the
He's
$17
running.
up. He's
again.
up, dude. He's up.
Yeah, he's up. Yeah. No.
Here's the running backs that are free.
I woke up this morning and he was at $180, and I was like, "What happened?" So I look, obviously.
Oh, he made it that high, eh? I didn't even really
Yeah.
look. I was just like,
I was like, "What the heck?"
I'm
And then
so done with that
he-
moment. I will
Oh,
never,
I know.
ever
I
buy
will.
it.
So like I have two, and I need one more, and it's the last moment that I need for 3 base sets, and I have like probably I need 10 moments for a 4th base set, and just because I have to buy another Brady, I think I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to sell off those moments and keep it at 3, just because I'm like I don't want 4 of those stupid Tom Brady's. They're not worth that much. They're worth like $40 tops.
What's
So
that right now?
what?
Brady.
117.
Okay, good. I got some good. I got a decent coin for the one.
Oh, look. So, Blaze, I was wrong. The highest sale today was 165. So they listed at 185, and then it must not have been selling, so they had to undercut.
I got
Top
you.
sale 165. But still, I'm like, I bought one for $80. I'm not gonna buy it for like, you're an idiot.
So let's finish off
Oh
the
no,
running.
wait. That is wrong. Troy Joe bought one for 175. But that was the top sale.
Let's finish off these running backs. So Barkley is a free agent. Does he go back to the Giants?
I think that they said they're gonna not franchise tag, that they're gonna pay Homeboy and not Barkley. So they already said that.
How about
So,
Kareem
who
Hunt?
knows?
He's
Who
another
cares?
one. Rashad Penny.
Hunt. Yo,
Nope.
dudes, what's up, monkey man, monk,
Jamal Williams,
monkey?
who broke the touchdown record for running backs. Didn't he this year?
Mm.
Somebody, I got to fact check myself on this. Either Detroit's record or he tied or broke the record for rushing touchdowns this year.
Who
And,
was that really good? Who was that really good running back in the day for the Chiefs?
Christian Okoye?
No.
Kareem Hunt.
No.
Whatchamacallit? Oh shit. No, I know who you're talking about. Him and Ladanian were always going for the top for the 2,000 yards.
Oh, Larry Johnson.
Nope.
Who? Larry Johnson.
Oh shit! It's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh my God, who is it? I forget his name. Jamal Charles, monkey.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Jesus. And that wasn't even that long ago. That was like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Yes, it was totally
Drugs.
Jamal Charles.
he was ridiculous.
Thank you, monkey. Yeah, he was amazing. I miss him. He
Yeah,
was
he came
like,
back from a catastrophic knee injury and
Yeah.
absolutely lit it up one year.
he was just
He was an
pure
exception to the
power.
rule.
Pure power. Just amazing. Love Jamal Charles. Nothing like that anymore. Jamal Charles, Frank Gore, where are all these guys?
I miss
everyone's
like,
like, made a
I miss
class.
guys like Allstott though.
Like who?
Allstott.
I don't know who that is. Why don't I know who that is?
He was the fullback. It was him and Warren Dunn at in Tampa Bay. Go to YouTube and Google. Go to YouTube and Google. Go to YouTube and check out. same shit, same company anyway. The go check out Mike Allstott videos, and the dude was just like a battering ram, and he would just like run over people.
Denver and Jacksonville to finish on a 10-year career. Not bad. Yeah. Mike Allstott. He's very, I don't know. He looks little, but he's not. He can't be.
You should see some of his runs.
Yeah.
Like him and Warwick Dunn used to be the like thunder and lightning.
Running backs. I don't know. Fournette's cooked. Rashad White sucks. Keyshawn Vaughn sucks. I'm just looking at Tampa now. Tampa's in a lot of trouble.
That's why I see them trading Mike Evans.
He's too old, man. No one wants him.
1,000 yards. 1,000 yards. What? 10 straight seasons?
Yeah, something
I
like
can see
that.
him going to the Pats.
Yes. That's a definite. Well,
That's
Bijan
a
Robinson actually. We have.
Really?
Here you go. Bijan Robinson on the list, and
Yeah.
he'd be great in Tampa.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Tampa Bay is going to be like in rebuild mode for like 10 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Non-relevant anymore again. Once again.
Yeah, they'll rebuild and bring back Brady.
Oh my God. Yeah, that'll be the day. That'll be the day. Oh my God, I'm so
It'll
sick
be
of
like-
hearing about
Let me get my deflated football.
it. That's horrible.
Sorry.
Solid defenders returning. Yes, they do. But that's not going to win them any championships. Let's see. Should I sell my Kadarius Toney too? I like that moment though.
Oh, is he going to be healthy for the Super Bowl? He should be.
I
Right?
don't know.
I think he just had a sprained ankle.
I don't know. I'm so over this Super Bowl. I could care less. Like if Mahomes wins, good. Then I can hopefully his stupid legendary will pump and I'll sell it, and I'll never think about him again.
And then watch it all drop like all throughout the offseason, go just straight again.
Well, if they lose, I imagine it goes back down to like $5,000. In which case, I might just sell it anyways, just because I'm sick of holding on to it. Or I guess you just never sell it. I don't know, just because it's the Series 1. But it's like I don't care about Mahomes enough to hold on to a $10,000 moment. I just want to sell it and get rid of it, call it a day.
Yeah, grab yourself some Josh Allen's and call it a day.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts, my guy Jalen Hurts, some Lamars.
Ugh, don't even talk about Lamar.
I mean, shit. I'll pick up some Taysom Hills for God's sakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, I guess we'll talk about the Super Bowl coming up on our next episode, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's way too far out. It's stressing me out. Like I wish it was this week so we could just get it over with. But I mean, there's some stuff that. Oh, definitely Purdy's. I forgot. I'll buy 150 times 1,000. I'll spend 1,000 of it on Purdy's. So I'll buy like 7 Purdy's. Yeah. Oh yeah, more Rodgers. No, but I would. You know what though? If I was stuck with anything, I'd rather be stuck with that Rodgers debut than stuck with the Mahomes Lego for sure. Chris, I agree. Rodgers Lego debut over Mahomes Lego for sure.
Well, any last thoughts on some fantasy dark horses for next year?
I need a Purdy too, but not yet. Dark
Interested to see where
horse?
Michael Thomas ends up. I've always felt like he's kind of just been waiting out his time on the Saints.
Well, is he free now?
He'll get cut this year.
He will.
Yeah.
Is that like something that like Sean Payton's crazy enough to be like, let's bring him to Denver?
I don't know if Denver would have the cap space.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think he'd fit in there anyway.
No? Why?
They have. I think Cortland Sutton is that guy for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Judy. I think Judy's going to be good.
I mean, yeah. Jerry Jeudy is like hit or miss though, man. He's got some like drop balls that when you watch it, you're just like, how'd you drop that? I don't know. It hits him in the face.
At least he's always in the right spot, though. He runs good routes.
Yeah.
He's in position to make that.
Yeah, he's just got brick hands. Yeah. I mean, Pro Bowl's not enough content. Genesis, no. Monkey Man. I would cut Kyler, but that's just me. Russ Bus returns. Yeah, I'm super high on Russ next season. I don't know why. I was high on Russ this season too, and then it was a total letdown. But I'm kind of like that old school guy. I love all the old school quarterbacks that actually like can just chuck the ball. And he's got a sexy deep ball, as he says over and over again. But I do like Russ with Sean Payton. I don't know. I think maybe that I'm willing to go for this year and blame everything wrong with Denver on homeboy Hackett. But if next year same thing happens, then they'll definitely just, I mean, it's Sean Payton's team now for sure. They're paying him all that money. Sean Payton will just bring in a backup and sit Russ, and
Well, their defense was great for
it was.
like honestly, like 3/4 of the season. I mean, they were still playing their asses off and
Yeah.
still one of the top defenses in the league.
Yeah.
But if they can keep that defense solid, then
But I mean, what is the real problem though? I mean, is Russ's line that bad?
who knows?
His O-line?
I mean, it could be just. I mean, one, it was a new system.
I mean,
Two,
he just looked
he's
lost.
he's quirky. He's quirky as hell. So I can't imagine him, smoothly walking into a locker room and just gelling with people. I
Right.
think it's everybody else kind of has to gel with him, and being that franchise guy. It's I mean, it has to be hard when you're, well, let's face it, a little bit of a weirdo.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But also, a lot of people have said too, outside of the bad press, that we had that extra office and everything. They were all like making fun of and everything, but they said that he has that stuff because he actually is a student of the game. He studies. He puts his heart into everything, but it just
It's just
everything,
odd.
everything was off. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you get the right coach in there. You get the right system in there, and everybody gelling. I
Mhm.
think I think instantly it puts them in that spot where they can flip their record, and they could easily be a 10. I mean, a 10-7 team, or
Yeah. No, I
know,
agree. I
I
think
mean, it just
10-7, 10-6,
a couple
11-6
things,
is where they should live.
change. You score an average of like 5 or 6 points more on offense a game,
Mhm.
and it's going to make all the difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I'm interested kind of in Green Bay. I mean, if Love is going to quarterback, I mean, what does Christian Watson do?
Yeah. I don't know. Let's save it all for next week.
Yep. Blaze, you got any dark
Never
horses
down.
here before we go?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Well,
Michael
Blaze
Thomas
is
is mine.
tired. All right, boys. You have
You have a wonderful one.
Good night.
everybody have a good night.
Shut her down.